Howdy. How's it going? How you doing? Yeah, me too. Feeling good, actually, really good. I'll get into that here in a second. Good morning. It's morning as I record. My name is Mike Shaw, and this is my brand new channel, Keto for the Win, or Keto FTW. And mostly I'm going to talk about the carnivore diet now, but I will recap my first two videos just real quick in case you're jumping in here. This is the first one that you find because this is the one that goes viral eventually. Who knows how YouTube works? So anyway, just to recap and maybe add some stuff too. So like growing up, like in high school and stuff, I was an athlete. I was a sprinter. I played football, had massive muscular legs and pretty slight body build, a sprinter's body build. And that carried me into my 20s. Then by my 30s, I was drinking too much. Actually, I was drinking too much in my 20s, but then in my 30s as well. I got fat. I wasn't doing much and decided to start jogging. I did that in the year 99, 2000. Lost most of the weight again. Of course, my diet was terrible, but I was still young, so I was able to recover and all that good stuff. Tore my ACL in 2002. Got a lot of weight gain, not to where I ended up, my goodness. Because you fast forward to about 10 years ago, and I just ballooned up. Started eating out a lot, terrible diet, put on, 30, 40 pounds. I was 50, 60 pounds overweight. And then that brought me to my radio station a few years ago, Tucson Medical Weight Loss. Became a sponsor. I lost 40 pounds in 2 months, eating nothing, pretty much. Although there weren't a lot of carbs either. And that was very effective, if not painful. But 2 months, that's not that long. Got through that and started with a boot camp, lost another 15 pounds. I'm down 55, feeling pretty good. And then I got introduced to keto and carb. I don't know what you call it, not carb loading, but when you switch between keto and carbs. So I had no idea what any of those terms meant, so I started researching keto. Tried keto, lost another 5 pounds of water weight. Couldn't sleep, though. I got through the keto flu, except I guess maybe not. I had trouble sleeping, tried magnesium because I heard that would be a good thing, and that just wrecked me. So I gave up on keto for the first time, put a lot of weight back on. I'm like, man, all the research I did says keto is really good. So I tried keto again and got into ketosis, and everything was pretty good. And I had done more research, so I didn't get the keto flu because I was drinking a lot of salt water and eating a lot of extra salt, so it was great. Then I passed the kidney stone. Had no idea why. Got discouraged, quit keto the second time, and then put more weight back on. So I put probably 50 of the 60 pounds back on as of last month, as of yesterday, as of last week even. I tried keto one more time for 2 days and just had terrible diarrhea. Then I found Dr. Bosworth on YouTube, and I linked her video to my last video about kidney stones and about bowels, what can go wrong with keto. So I check those out. I recommend those. And so I don't know how I found out about. I know how I found about it. Jordan Peterson was on Joe Rogan, and so he's talking about this carnivore diet. I'm like, this is crazy. And he's talking about his daughter Michaela and how she basically cured herself of all of these autoimmune diseases through trial and error and experimentation, and finally just settled on beef, and that's it. And like miraculous cure for her. So then I start going on YouTube and checking out a lot of other carnivore diet videos, some by doctors, others by just people like me who tried it, and it's worked incredibly well. Some people getting over autoimmune diseases or arthritis or other aches and pains, lots of weight loss, just good report after good report after good report, and some doctors even knowing about it and thinking it's a good thing to try, right? Then I find Amber O'Hearn, which I will put her video below this video. And could it be possible? Watch her video for yourself. Humans don't need vegetables to live? What? I've never heard such a thing. It certainly goes contrary to everything, the food pyramid scheme doesn't teach that. You need carbs to live, right? That's the base of the pyramid. Well, I'm already past that because I've embraced keto, even though it hasn't worked out for me yet. So I know the carbs are killing us. The standard American diet is killing us. and making us sick. I've bought into that. But I thought maybe vegetables were good, right? Maybe not too much fruit because that has a lot of sugar and carbs, but vegetables, good, right? Amber O'Hearn postulates humans don't need vegetables. And additionally, vegetables may be harming us. I'm like, this is insane. And then there's other literature out there that may support that, although very little tests have been done on all this stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So, my goodness, this is like mind blown. And, you know, these are credible people, credible scientists. I'm believing it. Let's put it that way. And I'll keep researching and I'll keep looking. But this is ringing true to me and for me. So I decided to try the carnivore diet. So what am I hoping for in this carnivore diet? Well, probably number one is weight loss, right? Because I need to lose probably 40 pounds, maybe 50 pounds would be nice. What I'm reading is that should, if I stick with the carnivore diet, even without exercise, that should just happen naturally, that I'll eventually get down to my, whatever my weight should be. Jordan Peterson reported he lost 7 pounds per month for 7 months and lost 50 pounds. That would be perfect. So we'll see. I'm going to try this at least till the 1st of January. But I'm thinking that if it goes as well as I think it will go, that I will continue to go beyond that. Although, I don't know, man. It's like I haven't been on this long enough to like be invited to go out to eat, or Thanksgiving's coming, right? What am I going to do on Thanksgiving? Now, usually on Thanksgiving, I hang out by myself and watch football, so I don't like crashing other families' parties. It's kind of awkward. So that may be the case this year. I'll certainly try to hold out for that. But what if I do get the chance to hang out with my family in Texas or Oregon? Family's easy. They know how weird I am, so they'll put up with me. And they'll be intrigued by what I'm doing, too. So that'll actually work out if that's the case. But, you know, in other social situations, I get to be the weird one, right? Yes, I do. Here's the other thing that I'm starting to realize, and if all of this stuff is true, like Dr. Diamond. I just saw a video from Dr. Diamond about this whole cholesterol, how cholesterol got to be declared bad in our blood tests. And it turns out, according to his analysis, that it's actually platelet activation and not high cholesterol. In fact, if you have high cholesterol, rejoice. You're going to live longer and you're going to be healthier in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. Mind blown. I'll put his video down below too. Check it out. I wish the whole world would see that. And medical science, the doctors are not taught this. And so the doctors don't know this. And some doctors are finding this out and some doctors are buying into it. But I have friends who won't believe me. I mean, unless I get big success on this diet and they'll start asking me what I'm doing, then they might listen. I'm only 4 days in. I'll get into what I've been through so far on the diet after 4 days. And so really we need doctors to start adopting this, or at least asking questions. Why haven't there been really good studies done on the effects of saturated fat in the diet, the effects of carbs in the diet? Although that is becoming much more mainstream now. People are recognizing that carbs, especially processed carbs and sugar, are so bad for you. So that's progress. But, how do we start to get the general public and the doctors, and the general public may not buy into it. Certainly a vast amount of people are not going to buy into fat being good for you until the doctors start telling their patients that fat is good for you. And so there's probably a ways to go for that. So I'm hoping that over the next few months, I'm going to keep you posted on my progress and how I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to do that daily, if time allows, weekly for sure, probably more often than that, and just let you know how I'm doing and how things are going. And then if things go the way I think they will go and I get the weight loss and I get some of the health benefits that I'm looking for, I want to start a podcast. And I want to start interviewing these people that I'm seeing on Low Carb Down Under and some of you that I'm seeing on YouTube that are having success, and just start a weekly, maybe more often podcast. Now, that would be months down the road because I still have to prove it with myself that it really works. But I'm thinking that's the thing. The world needs to know about this, and the more voices that are out there telling these stories, and especially when they're credible people, nutritionists, doctors, and other scientists, and even other journalists. I'm a journalist, an award-winning journalist, right? They have to believe me. So I'm hoping that's where this ends up. So we'll see. We got a ways to go before we get there, because this is day number 4 for me. So what's been going on with me so far on the carnivore diet in these 4 days? So first of all, day 1 was Monday, and I just woke up and I had eggs and sausage, and I was actually forgot that I had a lunch date with a friend, and so it was at my favorite Italian place over here, and I'm like, what can I get? So I got dry meatballs. I got 4 dry meatballs, and I don't think they put additives in those things, but anyway, that's what I had. And then I think I had a steak that night, and the first thing I noticed was I was pretty thirsty. In fact, I'm thirsty right now. Yeah, I take my pickle juice jars, and then I use them for water. Anyway, I was thirsty. That was the main thing. So I drank a ton of water, and that was day 1. Not a big deal. No adverse effects. Wake up the next morning, eggs, sausage. Had a steak around lunchtime. Had some chicken livers. Went to the store and bought some chicken livers. I love chicken livers. That was kind of day 2. Drank lots of water. Peed a lot. And day 3, the morning of day 3, which is yesterday morning, and I woke up a couple times during the night because I had to pee, not for any other reason. And I woke up yesterday morning with just this calmness, just completely still, calm. I don't know how else to describe it. It was amazing. Now, the first time I was on keto and got into ketosis, I experienced some of this then. So I'm like, how in the world can I be in ketosis after 3 days? But I may be. I'm going to probably order something to test that going forward. But I may be in ketosis already in 3 days. This is nuts. Now, and I've seen other accounts where people have pretty rough first week. And I've heard things like, gut bacteria die off that can leave you lethargic, because your gut bacteria is starved of glucose, and so the ones that live off glucose, the ones you really don't need, die off, and so that leaves you tired, and et cetera, and I have no idea what's going on down there. I just know that I feel fine. Yesterday I felt great. Last night just a tiny bit of it felt like almost a headache was coming on, but not really. So I just had a glass of water with some salt in it, and I've been doing that in the mornings too. This morning I had 2 steaks. I was just really craving steak, so I had 2 steaks. I couldn't finish the second one. So much fat. I'm so full right now, and I feel so good right now. And I just went out and ran some errands, and I feel like I'm talking a million miles an hour. I just have all this energy today on day number 4. I'm just really pumped about this. And as I recapped my keto experience from earlier, and if you would look at my other 2 videos so far, this is video number 3, you'll see that although I got into ketosis and enjoyed that part of it, I had some complications that were like, dang. So it's like, dang. So I think if I end up with complications this first week, supposedly the roughest, and then after that I should be great, right? According to what I've read and seen. So if I do end up with some complications, I think I have enough information that I'll be able to fight through that. If things continue on this track, I may be golden. Fantastic. So I feel really good on day number 4. Today is the 11th of November on 2018, and you can see that on the date that this is uploaded, because I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to hit upload. So it's funny too, I'm really excited about this channel. My very first video, the very first view was my very first like, which is my very first comment, was my very first subscription. That's pretty exciting. And as I'm recording this, I've had 3 total views so far. So anyway, we'll see where that goes. The world needs this information. And assuming that I don't find anything detrimental in the literature, and assuming that I do as well as I anticipate, I aim to continue to tell the world what it needs to know. So, I mean, if people choose to be vegan or whatever they want to do, that's up to them. I just want to put the information out there like, hey, this could really help you because look what it did for me. And I can't say that yet because all I can say now is look what it's doing for me and look what I anticipated to do for me. So I've got to walk down that road first. All right, thanks for listening to my ramblings. I should have another video for you in a day or two, if not sooner. Have a fantastic day. Later.